that
They were here last year.
Well, they were here last year, or they're a little bit tired today, so they're not kind of letting themselves get wound up, and it's hot outside. So the score looking more like about 67%.
But does have the potential for a much higher mark without those little glitches in the changes, or in the twos particularly.
And an official score for Lexi Stanfield and BC Romanov of 69.450, placing her in first place currently. Next competitor to come into the arena is Rachel Bell, riding AEA Toronto. Toronto is a warm blood gelding by AEA Tuchinski and is owned and ridden by Rachel Bell.
So the music has started. Welcoming you to Foresight Dressage by the Sea. No, there was a gap in it.
So quite a nice line there of following one pirouette, then out of the pirouette into the one times going away from the judge, did 8, stayed in counter canter and turned and then did the other pirouette. Looked quite good.
Will we do the same thing this time?
I don't think we need to. It's just a case of, because she did those twos on the circle and made a little blur. Horse is obviously fairly confident in its canter work. Just got to see what happens with the rest of it. Here we go, another chance. Yeah, so she's had the place to put in the two. So good planning from Rachel.
Almost like burlesque type music. I feel like I need a champagne glass to sit in.
And my long cigarette holder.
Really suits the wall.
Yep, that's a march. Both from the horse and from the music. I love it. And this is her passage. It's not really established as passage. So always the thing about inter A and B freestyle is the horse isn't expected to be very established at passage and piaffe. Makes it really hard to do a freestyle when the horse's response to your aids is not always in a known quantity. But it's still really good practice in both designing a freestyle and riding it under stressful conditions for the long run.
So well done, Rachel. Trending on about 68% currently.
And a score for Rachel Bell and AEA Toronto of 66.705, which puts her in third position currently. We have Lexi Stansfield in first currently on 69.4. So circling the arena, our last competitor in this class, Megan Bryant, and Bloomers Simply the Best, a 14-year-old warm blood stay-in by Sunny Boy and ridden by Megan Bryant.
So it's great to see Megan back in the FEI competitions. Megan, a very seasoned competitor, very successful rider. And I'm not sure how long these two have been together.
So Simply the Best. Actually, not he finds passage not difficult, and then Piaf perhaps more so just there. But Megan was doing a nice job with the things that he knows well, the half passes in both directions, in both trot and canter. And you want to make sure, if you're riding freestyle, that things you do well on a general basis, you highlight them in your test. Like this extended walk, it's a horse with a really good walk. I think she could have done a longer, really good walk because it is a highlight.
Some confusion for me from what that was, whether that was Piaf.
Well, I think in its placement it was Piaf into, just forward into collect trot and then into canter. Again, not super established just yet. But here its canter work should be established and therefore quite impressive. Mistake in that row of twos. Oh, and a mistake at the end of that row of twos. So she probably had her two chances then. Sweeping half pass. Okay, gave herself a third opportunity with the twos and got them done. The ones not so. I think in her pattern, she probably, whilst you only have to do 5, she needed to have a longer diagonal for sort of a bit more time to plan and prepare him. Know the other one. So we have a score for Megan Bryant and Bloomers Simply the Best of 67.535% and third place. And so that is the conclusion of the competition, with the winner of the class being Lexi Stanfield on BC Romanov on 69.45%, Georgie Cham on Laquastar on 67.925. Megan Bryant third, Bloomer's Simply the Best, 67.535. And Rachel Bell, AEA Toronto in fourth place, 66.705. A very close scoreline for all of them. So we congratulate Lexi on the win. And we look forward to, we have just a little pause. Not much of a pause. What's the time frame for the next one? Competition. So the advanced freestyle will be the next class in this indoor arena, and it will start at 3:05.
Fantastic that you've all come along here tonight to see our beautiful horses, and we love seeing you. Thanks for coming. It's been, as I say, important to us to have your support. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Willinga Dressage by the Sea 2023, and I'm here with two of our top riders, Dave and Robbie McKinnon from McKinnon Sport Horses in the Southern Highlands. How many times have you been here to Willinga?
It's been a few now, hasn't it? I mean, I used to work here, so it feels like my second home. But it's probably the fourth or fifth dressage
Actual competition we've done.
done here.
And what keeps you coming back?
I mean, I'm sure that the cameras had a look around, and it's amazing. You know, there's great services. Kathy and the whole team do a great job running it, and it's a pleasure for us to bring the horses here, and and there's a pool and a bar.
I was going to say, it's like a little vacation.
Yeah, a lot of the riders are saying they actually come and they make it part of their, they bring their people and they bring their families and they have a little bit of a downtime as well as competing, and it's friendly for the people, the spectators, the families that come to watch. It's a pleasant environment. So what's something that people may not know about you?
Oh, well, I'm pregnant actually at the
You're
moment.
pregnant?
Yeah.
Did you pop it in there?
Quite exciting. But no.
No, I am actually pregnant and expecting a baby in June. So
that's really exciting.
Very exciting.
So and you're still riding at this competition. She's still riding.
I've had a lot of people ask me that and go, "Why are you still riding?" But
'Cause you want to.
I want to, and I can't get out of the saddle, and why not?
She'll be
I feel
riding to
good.
the bitter end.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay, so I've asked the other riders a couple of questions. What's something in your tack room or your stables that you can't live without?
The bar fridge.
Yeah, I was going
The
to
bar
say he's got
fridge.
an answer for that.
Okay. It's quite stressful, this riding.
Clearly.
No, it's
And if you could, and if you'd like, you could give a shout out to your number one supporter or your sponsor. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
We have a really amazing team around us, and so I won't go into full depth because we literally have a rather large number of sponsors who contribute 100% to us.
So you're supported, and you think of it as part of a
100%.
team, and
it's a team.
Yeah.
It's a team. Like if I could mention our sponsors, I could mention, we've got
The
friends.
owners.
Yeah, everybody. Like we've got friends down here that are just cooking for us. Like it's a big team.
So it takes a village.
It literally does.
So we wish you all the best with the competition.
Yeah, thanks.
And we also wish you best with the
Thanks.
expecting baby.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a
Thanks,
great
guys.
competition.
Thank you very much.
welcome back to the covered arena.
This is the advanced freestyle. Our first competitor, Terry Ann Drysdale, riding Blueberry 20.
So just a slight problem there with the music beginning, and Terry won't be penalised for that as it's out of her hands. Sometimes a little off-putting when something like that happens, but part of being a competitor at the top level is you must have the mindset to get on with the job when things don't go to plan.
So in this advanced freestyle, advanced is considerably lower level than we've just been watching. There's always walk, both collected and extended, shoulder in right and left in trot, half pass right and left in trot, half pass right and left in canter, extended canter, extended trot. So here we're seeing shoulder into the left. Then she's going into half pass right. They also have to show what's called a working half pirouette in canter, left and right. Another slightly tricky thing to judge because some of them might be really good at it and some only beginners.
So Terry Ann, a amateur owner rider, that's what the AOR is after her name. Showing a beautiful interpretation with the music for the extended walk to the collected walk. Blueberry, a mare by Bretling W.
And in the flying changes, they're required to show a minimum of every fourth or third stride 3 times consecutively. So either 3 4s or 3 3s. Now, not a mixed up lot though. You can't do a 4 and then a 3, or a 3 and then a 4. You have to do 3 4s or 3 3s. And it's the first time in the covered arena for these horses as well. That was her left working pirouette. Could have had a little bit more control of the turning. And really overall with this horse, we want a rounder, more connected horse. So she did 3 3s, so that was good. So our next competitor in this advanced freestyle sponsored by KK Equestrian is Lucy Payne, riding Henson Park J-Lo. J-Lo is a 16-year-old Cleveland Bay Cross warm blood mare by Ferrero Rocher, bred by Carolyn Begg and owned and ridden by Lucy Payne, and she's from Summersby in New South Wales.
So very appropriate music, bit of J-Lo or Henson Park J-Lo. to it.
So we're seeing half pass to the right, needs a clearer bend to the right. And here, shoulder in left down the centre line.
Lucy, also an AOR rider.
Quite enthusiastic music for walk. And right on the beat to change to canter.
Riders doing two different interpretations of the size of those pirouettes. Quite acceptable to them a bit larger. Yeah, so she did the series. She's done a 3 times on the other side and now a 4 times. In both cases, we want a bigger canter stride, so the change is more impressive. Riding in time to the music. The music gives me the impression personally that the beat is a little slow and encourages that canter to be a little slower than it should be for a better mark. The beat of the canter and the footfalls of the horse is quite well matched.
I just finished a little bit after her music. She might take note of some of our comments earlier about having some cues in the music to help you know where you are. And because she had done enough of the movements, it wasn't like she missed a movement.
And that being behind or in front of the music at the end there does have an effect on the score.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. and a score for Lucy Payne and Henson Park JLo of 64.20%, putting her in first place currently, just ahead of Terry Ann Drydesdale on Blueberry on 62.14%. Next into the arena is Jackie Winspear riding Zippo Naudeborg. Zippo Naudeborg, a Dutch warm blood gelding, or Danish warm blood gelding by Blue Horse Zach.
So Blue Horse Zach, a very well-known warm blood stallion. Very impressive uphill style of gelding.
Nicely in rhythm with the music there in the shoulder in. Blue Horse Zach was actually competing last night at, I think, Gothenburg in Sweden in a World Cup class. He came second, I think.
Very elastic in time to the music. Jackie doing a good job here this afternoon.
Good crossing and bend in the half pass to the right. Waiting for the music to start her extended trot. So far of our riders, the first one to try and interpret the music a little bit.
Painting a really lovely picture through that short side, maybe a little against the bridle in the transition. But these are only young horses. And as we said, for the first time in this indoor arena for the weekend. Showing good relaxation and harmony. I think Jackie originally from New Zealand, and I remember her riding a very interesting little Appaloosa horse. A little bit the tension creeping in.
Well, she's certainly got a nice looking horse here with really nice paces. He's not super sure about the flying changes just yet. Okay, so she set sail a bit more bravely this time in the extended canter. This is her second one. The first one I was thinking, well, it's a bit modest, but now she feels she can trust him, and that's her working pirouette. Whoop, tangled legs again for these changes. Yeah, okay.
That's unfortunate.
It's hard to mark in any way that, because you actually don't know what she was really trying to do, except some kind of series.
So Jackie Winspear coming to the completion of her test, riding,
Zippo Naldeborg.
well done.
Assuming, yes, but anyway, and Jackie from New Zealand.
I think she's residing in New South Wales.
I think, yes, I think that's true, but I think she rides under the New Zealand banner. This class is sponsored by KK Equestrian, and we thank them for that sponsorship. So we have a result for Jackie Winspear and Zippo Naldeborg of 66.875% and current first position. And circling the arena, our fourth competitor, Celeste Armesdroz, riding SF Austin, a 9-year-old Hanoverian gelding by Animal, owned by Armani Macaj and bred by SF Farm and ridden by Celeste.
So we've kept quiet. We're just sitting here enjoying these last group of horses in the advanced freestyle here at Willinga Park. We've been here for 4 days. It's very nice to sit and watch some of the beautiful combinations coming through this arena.
And Celeste doing a very tidy job there on her working pirouette. It's a bit more like a proper half pirouette. Yeah, the direction, you know, also good. So now she's going to try and do her series changes, I imagine. So the music's got, you know, an underlying beat, which is good. I could do with a few more light and shade moments in it.
But nothing offensive about the music. Late change there in my eye.
And a late change at the start of her 4 times. I think just running out of a bit of oomph in general.
It is quite hot out there today, but the judges have to mark what they see.
And again, just starting to lose his cool on those changes.
A little bit of the motor. Hopefully refresh the canter here a little bit with the bit of medium canter. Trending on about 70%.
And a score for Celeste Amesdros on SF Austin of 69.5 and currently first place. Circling the arena is Linda Foster riding Rossini HG, an 11-year-old Hanoverian mare by Rossini, owned by Robert Waite and ridden by Linda. Linda hails from New South Wales. So Linda Foster, another one of our riders who's had plenty of experience riding freestyles right up to Grand Prix level. This is her next horse coming along. Good positioning and bending in the left shoulder into the left half pass. It's got a expressive, large, extended trot. Nice relaxation and stretch in the free or extended walk.
So Linda laying down a very lovely floor plan, easy to follow. So Linda keeping it just to the required amount of changes so that it improves the harmony and the overall picture of ease.
He really does have a nice way of travelling forwards and sidewards in half pass, this horse. They would be a highlight for me. And to the music for the halt. Well done, Linda. Looking quite positive in the marks right now. and a score for Linda Foster and Rossini HG of 71.45, and moving her into first place currently. Next to come in this arena for the advanced freestyle is Rachel Hurst on Miss Bollinger. Could be MS Bollinger, but I think the way it's written, it's Miss Bollinger, Ms. Bollinger. No, that's not right. A 10-year-old warm blood gelding by Bellissimo M. Owned by Rachel, bred by Marcia Stolwick and ridden by Rachel Hurst. MS Bollinger.
So Bellissimo M, quite a popular stallion as a sire line over this weekend. We've seen quite a few of his progeny.
We have, and they've all been quite different types and colours. But all, well, the fact that they're here means that they're doing the job pretty well. So here, Bollinger. Oh, yes, she's okay. 4. Oh, 3. I think he started his changes ahead of her, and then she just couldn't make that adjustment in her own timing to do another 4. Anyway, he's a impressive big brown horse, happy to travel forwards, which is nice to see. Okay, good. She got the 3 4s that time. Transition from canter straight into shoulder in right. Music has different changes in it. We like to say light and dark shades, but the underlying beat kind of getting a bit lost in this trot work. So the half pass to the left, losing its parallelity. And Rachel, knowing her music, needed to do a circle there before the extended trot to get it to be when the music said, now's the time for extended trot. And you're allowed to do that, that's perfectly fine. And a nice square halt to finish.
We're just waiting for a score to come to hand for Rachel and MS Bollinger. .467, which puts her into third position currently. Sorry, 68.467. That puts her into third position. It's getting a bit hot in this little box up here.
So as we wait for Martha Orme and Arnage Royal Edition, our next competitor, just a quick rundown. We have Linda Foster on Rossini HG in first place on 71.45. Celeste Amesdros on SF Austin on 69.5, second currently. And Rachel Hurst on MS Bollinger on 68.467. Hold on, we seem to have Robin Smith and Lord Larry entering the arena. So don't be in a rush to send her in just yet, judges.
Just got to check that the screen matches. Is the music going to match? No idea. I'm going to go check.
Send her a hold.
music.
Okay, so this is Robin Smith and Lord Larry.
Robin has signalled and her music has started. So I have a little bit of inside information about Robin's freestyle. The trot music is from the movie Flicker. So Robin laying down a very symmetrical floor plan.
Lord Larry, a little bit unsettled in this arena. He is a new horse to this level. He's also a new horse to this level of interest in the competition arena, let's say. So good practice for the future, but not always so helpful in the test. Lovely big horse with ability to extend well. Really nice 4-beat collected walk there.
And the walk music coming from the movie The Notebook.
Oh gosh, that's my crying movie. If ever I put that on, I cry.
Well, we're not crying here today.
No, because Robin's doing a good job.
So Robin hailing from Scone in New South Wales. Robin, a great supporter of the sport, very passionate about what she does, very supportive to the other riders at the competition, and doing a great job here this afternoon.
Shows a really nice balance in his pirouette or working pirouette work, but then gets a little tangled with his legs on the series changes.
And that's one seasoned competitor popping the required element in the last line. Well done, Robin.
Down towards the judges, yes. Very well done on that, for sure. Good thinking, and they came off. Terrific.
We are live from Borley Point here at the magnificent Willinga Park. We are finally coming to the end of the 4th day of competition here, and we'd like to thank Willinga Park for hosting, letting us into their home at this spectacular property. So we're just waiting on a score for Robin Smith and Lord Larry. And we have a score.
And there it is, putting Robin Smith, Lord Larry, with 71.45%, and first position. I think that's correct.
Next horse into the arena is Sally Rizzuto.
No, Linda's on 71.45.
Riding Quarterland, a 10-year-old Holsteiner gelding by Quarterback.
Yeah, they're both on the same score.
In this class, surely they could have equal first.
So the bell has rung. And Sally has signalled for her music to start. This is a treat for us, as we haven't seen these horses this weekend. This is the first time in the covered arena. And
Oh, and of course,
The
Sally's
screen.
horse is saying, I've never seen that screen before.
come on.
Come, she's got to get in before the bell. That's it, got past. Okay, now she'll be playing a little catch-up, but I think she's also seasoned enough to cope with that. Get off. Session going on here. Sally with lots of changes of direction and circles to show the suppleness of her horse.
Very impressive gelding by Quarterback. Lovely interpretation with the music.
You know, its extended walk should score well.
Again, a very seasoned competitor showing a super floor plan to highlight this horse's good qualities. A little miscommunication there in the changes.
So the idea of extended canter towards the working pirouette is that you have a bit more power coming towards it, therefore it's a bit easier to collect. The first time she did it probably didn't come off as well. The second time she did it, it did come off. But both times out of the half pirouette, the horse not comfortable enough in its changes. So here she's having a third go and she got them that time. And if I was her, I wouldn't do any more. But she's going to. Oh, and did get away with it.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, exactly.
So Sally making a good recovery after her horse having a little look at that big screen.
So we have just two competitors left in this advanced freestyle. And we have, currently we have equal first between Robin Smith and Lord Larry and Linda Foster and Rossini HG, both on 71.45. Just waiting for Sally Rizzuto and Quarterland's score. As we wait for that, we'll introduce Sappho Ranson Elliott riding Rouge R, a warm blood mare by Regardez-moi. And we do have a score for Sally Rizzuto of 69.683 and third position. This is Sappho Ranson Elliott and Rouge R. So we've got a bit more of the sweeping and grand music for Rouge R for the trot work. Nice serpentine here with changes over the centre line. It's a good movement in this test because there's quite a lot of time in the arena here, and that one looks very attractive and also does actually take up some of the time. Just lost some balance at the second part of the working pirouette, coming against her inside leg. Showing nice bend and jump sidewards in her half passes. And a better control. And fitting in her 3x4s on that short diagonal. Now, I'm never that keen to have the same music for walk and trot. And I was enjoying her walk, and I didn't feel the music said it's time for trot.
Quite a nice floor plan for Sappho, not trying to be too clever and keeping the harmony. So Sappho would have to be fairly pleased with that, with Rouge R, although it's stopping a little ahead of her music. So our last competitor for this class is making their way to the arena. Just waiting on a score.
And we have an official score for Sappho Ranson Elliott and Rouge R of 68.3 and currently 6th place. Our final competitor in this competition, and indeed probably for the entire event, is Susan Elakesi and Callum Park Damascus. Damascus is a 9-year-old Oldenburg warm blood gelding by De Niro, bred by Susan, owned by Susan, and indeed ridden by Susan Elakesi. So Callum Park Damascus and Susan Elakesi.
Here we go.
Time for the best horse. The last
And I may be wrong, but I think this music's from The Greatest Showman.
Damascus has a good way of going, good frame. Showing off the shoulder in and the half pass from the 3/4 lines. Susan keeping Damascus in a very consistent outline, pretty comfortable with what he's doing and not making it too hard for him.
We do like an orange one with white socks. I do anyway.
Well, I'm with you. I think he's a really nice, nice type. The horse is balanced, and so too is the pattern that the rider is riding, and it just, at this point in time, it just makes that easy to give him some good scores.
She needs to find a line for the threes again. And there they are.
Good, and she didn't get greedy and go for more than 3, so that was good.
Very clever riding from Susan, but she's a very seasoned competitor in the arena, and this is looking very polished.
Oh yes, and on the
Well
music,
done.
very
well done, Susan.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if that went up
Gives them a shove.
at the top end of the field. Great to end with a lovely freestyle like that.
So I'd like to thank you, Dr. Jill Roldan, for a fabulous 4 days of commentary. It's been very informative for me sitting here beside you, and I really appreciate my time here at Willinga Park to enjoy this fabulous sport that we're part of.
We're very lucky, and ditto in response. Christine, you've been enthusiastic, knowledgeable, clear, and lots of fun. And we've had a good time in a little bit of a hot, sweaty box towards the end here. 4 big days. So here we have a lovely score.
So we have a new leader.
And congratulations to Susan Ella Cassie and Callum Park Damascus on a mighty 74.43% and first place. In second, equal second, will be Robin Smith and Lord Larry, and Linda Foster and Rossini HG on 71.45%. And in fourth place, Sally Rizzuto and Quarterland on 69.6%. And fifth place, Celeste Amesdras on SF Austin on 69.5%. Congratulations to all those competitors. We'd like to say thank you to all our spectators who have attended over the last 4 days, all our watchers on live stream, and thank you again to Terry and Jeanette Snow for the fabulous Willinga Park Dressage by the Sea 2023, sponsored by Foresight.
Signing out.